Welcome to today's EMS Leadership Q&A. And a question we received is, how do we deal with life members that may be resisting change, or how do we deal with people that don't want change? And I think in general, Lisa, you and I have talked about, like, people really resist change that they have no say in, right? That they maybe just aren't feeling valued or heard in an organization.
Yeah. And, sometimes with long-term folks, they've seen a lot of change and they've been disappointed. And so I think it's really important to get curious as to why they're resisting the change. Are we just labeling them as resistant or thinking that's just who they are? I think it's really important to interview people and get their perspective. And when we listen to them, rather than listening through the label that we have of them, like, oh, they're stubborn or resistant, actually listen to learn, versus coming from a know-it-all perspective, or I already know who they are. So, and when you have the opportunity to really co-create a future or co-create the change with people, that makes the difference. And that goes back to what you said, which is people resist change that they don't feel a part of when it feels like it's just being done to them. But if you can help them see the context or the purpose of that change, it's not change for the sake of change. Or, like I said, people feel that the change, they've seen so much change and, it hasn't turned out the way they thought it would. And likely they have a good insight as to why that happened. It's easy to get cynical when you've been around a long time and seen a lot of things fail. So if you can approach folks with curiosity and listen without being defensive, but actually listen for what can you learn from these folks and their perspective, I think that people are more open to possibly being on board.
Absolutely. And in your listening will influence those people and the way that they start to react and respond in the future to you. It doesn't take that active telling.
Yeah.
We've got a great article on this, 3 easy tips on how to get engaged, enthusiastic people in your organization, that we'll link to below.
And one way to get value or have people feel valued is to listen, to learn with them, because they feel like, oh, my expertise, my history is being valued versus discounted. Yeah, exactly.
And if you have a question to submit, send it over to support@emsleadershipacademy.com, or you can leave us a voicemail, 888-330-8288. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much.